Welcome back to Guitar Theory Modules. This is Module 78 and we're on pages 196 through 198. In the first part of this module, I'll show you how to read and recognize minor 11 chords, and in the last part of this module, I'll show you how to play some movable minor 11 chords on the guitar. The minor 11 chord is an extension of the minor 7 chord. Essentially, you're taking a minor 7 chord, adding a major 9 to change it to a minor 9 chord, and then adding the perfect 11th on top of that to make it a minor 11 chord. And the minor in minor 11 refers to the basic chord type, your minor 7. It does not refer to the 11th interval, which is a perfect interval. And if you need to, go back and review Module 74 for extended intervals. Now, if you have trouble counting all those notes to find the 11th of the chord, remember that the 11th is the same as a perfect fourth, it's just an octave higher. So if you need to write an 11th chord, just take the perfect fourth above the root and raise that note an octave. As we extend chords beyond 9th chords to our 11th and 13th chords, the 9th of any of these chord extensions is going to be a major 9th unless it's otherwise marked. And also you can take the 9th out of the chord. As long as it's a minor 7 with an 11th added, it's considered to be a minor 11 chord. There are two steps for constructing minor 11 chords. Step 1 is to write a minor 9 chord, and if you're a little fuzzy on that, you can review Module 77, the previous module. Step 2 is to add a perfect 11th above the root. And remember, until you're able to find that perfect 11th quickly, the easiest way to add the 11th is to write a perfect fourth above the root and then raise that note an octave. So to write an F minor 11 chord, you would first write an F minor 9 chord. That's going to be F, A flat, C, E flat, and G. Next, we need to add that perfect 11th. So to do that, you can first add a perfect fourth above the root. So your root is F, perfect fourth above that is B flat, and then we can raise that B flat to find the 11th above our root. And now we have F, A flat, C, E flat, G, and B flat, or F minor 11. At the bottom of page 197, we have this exercise in constructing minor 11 chords. Your job is to construct these minor 11 chords using the steps we just talked about. The first step is to write a minor 9 chord, so if you need to, review Module 77. If you have a copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you can write your answers right there in the book and check your work on page 231. Your chords may appear in a different octave than mine, and that's okay. If you don't have a copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you're going to need some manuscript paper to write on. I've got some free manuscript paper you can download from my website, and the link is in the description. I'm going to go over the answers now, so pause the video, write your answers, start the video, and check your work. Number 1, E flat minor 11. First, write an E flat minor 9 chord. That's going to be E flat, G flat, B flat, D flat, and F. Next, we need to add that perfect 11th. So first, write a perfect fourth above the root. The root is E flat. Perfect fourth above that is A flat. Take that A flat, raise it an octave, and you have your 11th. Stack them all up. We have E flat, G flat, B flat, D flat, F, and A flat, or E flat minor 11. Number 2, F minor 11. First, write an F minor 9 chord. That's going to be F, A flat, C, E flat, and G. Now we need to add the perfect 11th above the root. First, write a perfect fourth above the root. The root is F. Perfect fourth above that is B flat. Take that B flat, raise it an octave, and there's our 11th. And now we have F, A flat, C, E flat, G, and B flat, or F minor 11. Number 3, F sharp minor 11. First, write an F sharp minor 9. That's going to be F sharp, A, C sharp, E, and G sharp. Now we need to add that perfect 11th above the root. First write a perfect 4th above the root. The root is F sharp. Perfect 4th above that is B. Take that B, raise it an octave, and there's our 11th. And now we stack all those notes together. F sharp, A, C sharp, E, G sharp, and B. F sharp minor 11. Number 4, B flat minor 11. First write a B flat minor 9 chord. That's going to be B flat, D flat, F, A flat, and C. Now we add the perfect 11th above the root. First we write a perfect 4th above the root. The root is B flat. Perfect 4th above that is E flat. Take that E flat, raise an octave. There's our 11th. And now we have B flat, D flat, F, A flat, C, and E flat, or B flat minor 11. Number 5, G minor 11. First write a G minor 9 chord. That's going to be G, B flat, D, F, and A. Now we add the perfect 11th above the root by first writing the perfect 4th above the root. The root is G. Perfect 4th above that is C. Raise that note an octave. There's our perfect 11th. And now we have G, B flat, D, F, A, and C, or G minor 11. Number 6, D minor 11. First write a D minor 9 chord. That'll be D, F, A, C, and E. Now we add the perfect 11th above the root. First we write a perfect 4th above the root. The root is D. Perfect 4th above that is G. Take that G, raise it an octave, and there's our 11th. And now we have D, F, A, C, E, and G. D minor 11. Number 7, E minor 11. First write an E minor 9 chord. That'll be E, G, B, D, and F sharp. Next we need to add that perfect 11th. First write a perfect 4th above the root. The root is E. Perfect 4th above that is A. Take that note, raise it an octave, and there's our perfect 11th. And now we have E, G, B, D, F sharp, and A. E minor 11. Number 8, B minor 11. First write a B minor 9 chord. That's going to be B, D, F sharp, A, and C sharp. Now we need to add that perfect 11th above the root. First we write a perfect 4th above the root. The root is B. Perfect 4th above that is E. Take that E and raise it an octave, and there's your perfect 11th. And now we have B, D, F sharp, A, C sharp, and E. B minor 11. And number 9, C minor 11. First write a C minor 9 chord. That's going to be C, E flat, G, B flat, and D. Now we need to add that perfect 11th above the root by first adding a perfect 4th above the root. The root is C. Perfect 4th above that is F. Take that F, raise it an octave, and there's our perfect 11th. And now we have C, E flat, G, B flat, D, and F. C minor 11. Being able to write minor 11 chords is all well and good, but you want to be able to play them on the guitar as well. So I'm going to show you some movable minor 11 shapes you can play with the root notes on the 5th and 6th strings, starting with this shape with the root on the 6th string. So we've got finger 1 playing the root, finger 3 playing the 5th of the chord, finger 1 again playing the 7th, finger 4 playing the 11th, and finger 1 playing the 5th, and then finger 1, if you like, can also play the 1st string and just add another root. So finger 1 is doing a whole lot of barring in this one. This is a movable chord shape because there are no open strings. This happens to be a B flat minor 11 that I'm playing because I'm placing the root of the shape on the B flat, string 6, fret 6. If I move it down a fret, so now my root is on the A on the 5th fret, now it's an A minor 11. And move it again. Now it's an A flat or G sharp minor 11, depending on how you think of it. Now you may have noticed that this shape that I just showed you is the same as the 7 sus4 6 string shape that I showed you in module 72. Remember that your 11th and your 4th are the same notes, they're just an octave apart. And also the guitars sometimes have to compromise a little bit. We have a limited number of strings, limited number of fingers, so a limited number of notes. What we have to do sometimes is take notes out, leave certain notes in, the notes that are really important in the chord. And what will make this chord perceived as a minor 11 chord versus a 7 sus4 chord will be context, the chords that are around it. If this chord is played somewhere in a progression where you would typically hear a minor chord or a minor 7 or a minor 9, it'll be perceived as a minor 11. If it's placed where you would typically play a dominant 7 chord, it'll be perceived more as a 7 sus4 chord. So it's all about context, the chords that are before and after this chord. The rest of these chords are going to have root notes on the 5th string, starting with this shape. This is finger 2 playing the root, finger 3 playing the 11th, finger 4 playing the 7th, and finger 1 playing another root. And we are muting string 1 and string 6. This is also a movable chord shape. This happens to be an E flat minor 11 that I'm playing because I'm placing the root of the shape on the E flat, string 5, fret 6. If I move it up a fret, now my root is on the E on that string, and it's an E minor 11. Move it up again, and it's an F minor 11. This shape is also the same as the 7 sus4 shape that I showed you in module 72. And again, the thing that makes this chord perceived as a minor 11th versus some sort of 7 sus4 chord is going to be context. Here's another minor 11 shape with a root on the 5th string. This one's pretty easy to memorize because it's just finger 1 barring strings 2 through 4. And you're muting string 1 and string 6. Of course, this is a movable shape. Whoops, because there are no open strings. This is an E flat minor 11 that I'm playing. If I move it down, now my root is on the D on the 5th string. D minor 11, move it again. It's D flat or C sharp minor 11. And here's one more minor 11 shape with a root on the 5th string. Finger 1 is playing the root. Finger 3 is playing the 5th. Finger 1 again is playing the 7th. So finger 1 is barring strings 3 through 5. And finger 4 is playing the 11th, and we're muting strings 1 and 6. And like all the others, this is a movable chord shape because there are no open strings. This would be an E flat minor 11 because of where I'm playing the root. Move it up, now it's an E minor 11. Move it up again, it's an F minor 11. The best way to practice minor 11 chords is to play them as often as possible. So of course, play a minor 11 when you see one in your music. Also, remember that the minor 11 is an extension of the minor 9, which is an extension of the minor 7, which is an extension of the minor triad. So if you see some type of minor chord, a minor triad, minor 7, or minor 9, try a minor 11. Sometimes you'll like the way it sounds, sometimes you won't, but you won't know until you try. Don't forget to check out my book, Guitar Theory Modules. Of course, you can watch all these videos for free, but if you have your own copy of Guitar Theory Modules, it's going to be a lot easier to follow along, so I'll leave a link in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you in Module 79, where I'm going to show you how to recognize, write, and play sharp 11 chords.